This was the Halloween lift that we did with the baseball and softball team. It's something that I was first introduced when I was at Mississippi State with themed lifts. It's just a way to kind of have some fun with the athletes. You know, something outside the box that they can come and do. That's not, you know, kind of to break the monotony of coming in bright and early in the morning. You know, having to squat, having to bench press. So it's something fun that we can kind of do with the guys and with the girls that again, it's more geared towards them having a good time and getting after it. So really working with them, you know, they're phenomenal kids. You know, we have great kids here at Central Arkansas. So they have a good time at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I think that, you know, doing something like this, kind of throwing them a bone and you know, coming in at 9 p.m. at night is a little bit different than having to break up at 5 a.m. and having to squat heavy and that kind of stuff. So I think having that aspect of it was fun for them. You know, we got to see some pretty cool costumes that they kind of got into it. So it's always good to have some fun, you know, and to see them have fun. You know, that's what we're here for, is to help them advance and to help their athletic ability. And, you know, sometimes you got to have fun doing it. It brings out the imagination in all of us. We spent some time, you know, contemplating and bringing up ideas and, you know, trying to find ways that we could add a little extra here. It was up until the last minute, you know, we kept coming up with new stuff, and eventually we just had to stop because we got into it a little bit, I think, too much. So it was good, though. It was a good one. We started yesterday afternoon doing some stuff, and then we've kind of been working on it throughout the day. We started at 5 a.m. this morning. And went all the way up until about 7:30. We finally had to go, get out, get some food, and come back, you know, kind of refuel and get ready for the lift. We have a lower body movement. We go with a higher rep squat, really to get them going. Then we move into some single leg movements and some posterior chain work. You know, we went with the theme of the torture chamber because usually squats are pretty torturous anyway. You know, a lot of them, you may not like it as much as other things, but so we kind of went with the theme of the torture chamber. Don't worry, those aren't real bodies. It's just newspaper and tape. So, yep. Again, we hit the squats. This is kind of where we got into the single leg movements type stuff with the dumbbells moving forward. So it was like a continuous pace, very, very high pace workout. Again, attacking the conditioning factor of the athletes. We want to see how fast they can recover and how they can attack each exercise. So. You know, we moved single leg and then into like some RDLs, you know, different things like that, attacking the posterior chain, the backside of the legs, the backside of the lower back. Then we put, you know, this band maze up here. It really doesn't look like much. The kids probably were like, what in the world? But the reason why we put this in here is because you know, probably with, you know, the movements that we did with the lower body, they were probably feeling a pretty good burn. So we put the bands here so that they had to bend underneath them, step over, they had to bend. So, you know, give them a chance to be able to work some of that stuff out, you know, with hip mobility issues, anything like that, flush some of that lactic acid, just kind of a break, and also to keep that mobility going. You know, it doesn't look like much, but, you know, there's always a method to the madness. So this was our second station. We kind of went with an outdoorsy type deal. You know, this is why we had like Jason in this room or whatever. This was our upper body station. We did push-ups and some lat pull downs, some machine work on the back for the back, attacking the lats, and also the back as far as rowing, the rhomboids, you know, the scaps, those different things. So you know, we chose to go with push-ups, a little bit safer for each one, you know, more universal across the board, you know, because it incorporated, you know, we could put the athletes in a safe situation. We didn't have to worry about anybody dropping a weight on themselves, that kind of stuff. So, you know, when we evaluate the workouts, that's the first thing we look at is safety. So, you know, we try to keep from putting the athletes in a bad situation. So every time that we, you know, go through a workout or we write down a workout, we're always gauging to see, you know, safety comes first. We always go with the risk-reward factor of it. Is there more risk than there is reward? Automatic and X. So, you know, the first thing we look for is safety. So that's why we chose to go with machine work and also a push-up. It's a little bit safer. You're stuck in a range of motion, so you never have to worry about getting out of position to pull a muscle in the back or anything like that. So then this next one, you know, we moved in. We kind of created a. You can tell it's a little dirty, but you know, it was kind of like a dream world slash, you know, boiler room, whatever. You know, we brought the black light in just to change the lighting up a little bit. You'd be surprised, you know, how they reacted just having a change. You know, in this area, we did a dumbbell complex, and you know, it's a combination of movements that are linked together. You know, that are kind of functional. They, you know, they go with a mechanical advantage. With the dumbbells, a lot of times we use those with baseball and softball just because of the little freer range of motion. They're not stuck to a bar. You know, that kind of helps us dealing especially with people that throw a lot. You know, we try to take a lot of pressure off the shoulder, try to take a lot of pressure off the elbows. You know, again, my first job is to make sure that we're always protecting the athletes. So if somebody, you know, blows their elbow out in here, you know, doing an exercise, it's hard for me to answer to a coach and be like, hey, you know, we were doing cleans that day and, you know, he blew his UCL out. You know, that's the things that we can prohibit and really try to, you know, get the work that we need to be done in the safest manner possible. So that was kind of our deal. You know, we took and we painted all over the mirrors and stuff. So again, just trying to set the atmosphere. After here, we had the athletes get done with the dumbbells, and we moved to the indoor. You know, we threw a little thing together in a little hallway. You know, had Michael Myers hanging out in there. You know, some different things like that. We moved in here, and so actually with this, it's lit up now. We had the lights turned out, and we had glow sticks all throughout the course. Also, we handed each team their own glow stick that they could kind of manipulate the course. You know, when we talked about it, the biggest thing we wanted to do is create teamwork. That was number one. So we wanted them to be able to use this as a teamwork exercise, that they had to rely on one another to get it done. You know, also with our groups, we had baseball and softball together. Instead of having two separate groups, we kind of integrated them together. You know, I think that's good as far as you know, building an athletic program. You know, those are people that may not compete on the same field, but they're still on the same team. So that was one of our major goals here is to make them work together. And to complete the course. You know, we had random people kind of scattered throughout, you know, trying to do scares and stuff like that, and, you know, caution tape. So we didn't let them venture too far outside of their, so they, you know, next thing you know, they're walking out the door over there or something. So they made their way through. You know, we just threw various different things that made them bend some, made them crawl over different spaces, you know, go around dummies. We made them belly crawl. You know, just throw different things at them that they may not do in a day-to-day situation. Again, creates a little bit more fun, you know, and you start to get a conditioning factor out of it. Yeah, I think it was a great station for us. They had a lot of fun in here. I think the coaches had more fun in here than the players did, but that's kind of our deal there. You know, after they completed the course, we had them go through the entire course. Then we went out the back door. We had two stations outside, a sled push, and also what we call Feed the Bear. It's 45-pound plates. It's about 5 to 6 of them, and they have to carry each plate 30 yards and sprint back, grab the plate, and carry it another 30 yards. You know, more of a conditioning type drill. Has a little bit more of a mix in there. It was in the sand pit. We made it a little bit harder. That was kind of our graveyard type deal. You know, so again, just trying to switch it up, you know, and have some fun with them. Again, keeping it hard, keeping it within our philosophy, but, you know, trying to create a different atmosphere for them to compete in. So.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears! Here we go. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears!